All right, I tell you this right now. This is one of the most important videos and concepts that you need to know. It's how to solve algebraic questions using algebra. The idea behind algebra is these letters are unknowns. We don't know what they are. We're trying to figure it out. So what you're trying to do is get rid of anything that's around it. Get it by itself. And so if you look at this, the way that we get rid of stuff is we end up doing the opposite. And so right now this x beside it is a plus 5. So what I'm saying is, how do I get rid of positive 5? Well, the way to get rid of it is subtracting 5 off. And so that's what this is showing here. Ooh, plus 5 and minus 5 is nothing. It's gone. But if I do it to this side, if I do it to this side, I have to do it to this side. And so what happens is I get x plus 5. If I subtract 5 from this one side, I've got to subtract 5 from this side. And what you end up with is what's 8 minus 5 is 3. And so all you got left there is x on the one side, and so it equals 3. If you take a look and try, hey, is that right? 3 plus 5, oh yeah, I must be right. Okay, it's the same thing when we look at this. Whenever we have a variable, x, and it's beside a number, it actually means multiplying. It means that there are 4 x's, and they're worth the same amount. And somehow those will all equal 32. And so the way we look at it is, instead of 4 times x, that's what that's saying, we can get rid of it by saying, let's divide off the 4, because 4 divided by 4 is 1, so I'm just left with 1x. But if I do it to this side, I have to do it to this side, so that's why I do 32 divided by 4. And you end up with 8. And guess what you can do? Go ahead and check. What is 4 times 8? Oh, it is 32. Okay? And so we take that basic principle of do the opposite to get rid of the stuff around the letter, or the variable, sorry, so that you get just one of them. The key again, this is key. Whatever you do to one side, do to the other. It's kind of similar to what I taught you guys in fractions. What you do to the top, you do to the bottom. It's the same idea. What you do to one side, do to the other side. Okay? And so what I say is, get rid of the stuff that is kind of farther away from the letter. And usually that is adding, subtracting. It's kind of opposite of order of operations. Get rid of the adding, subtracting first. I know we saved that for last in order of operations. Here, let's get rid of it first. So I minus 9 off. I have to minus 9 off this side. And that's gone. And I'm left with 5x is equal to, when I minus 9 off that, I've got 45. And then it's multiplying, so the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So if I divide by 5, 5 divided by 5 is just, you can put 1x, but it's just x. And I have to divide this by 5. X is equal to 9. Okay? Oh, am I right? Let's go check. Let's get rid of all this. Get lost, get lost. Take a look. 5 times, what's 5 times 9? Oh, it's 45. Plus the 9, yes, it is 54. You can always go back and check to see if you're right in algebra. Okay? Same thing here, minus 6, add 6. So I add 6 here. I've got, you're gone now, guy. 2x, I still have that. Now you're equal to 20. And when they're side by side, it means multiply. So instead of multiply, I divide off that 2. Cut it in half. Well, cut that in half, and you know that x is equal to 10. Hey, let's check. What's 2 times 10? It's 20. 2 times 10 is 20. And now when you take that 6 off, yeah, you're left with 14. Okay? Looking at this one here, let's do a different color. I'm sick of black. Get rid of your adding, subtracting. Subtract 6. Subtract 6. So I still have that 3b, and it's being divided by 4. That's what that fraction looks like, or what it is. And now that's equal to, you're gone, 6 minus 6, and 12 minus 6 is 6. Now, what I do is, the furthest thing away from it is actually the dividing, because you could look at this and say it's 3b divided by 4 is equal to 6, right? It's just they put it in a different form, so instead of divide by 4, it times by 4. What happens is it gets rid of this. So you're left, so that's gone, and you're left with 3b, and times it by 4 is equal to 24. Now, instead of multiply by 3, do the opposite. Divide it by 3, divide by 3, and b is equal to 8. Again, we could go back and check. Let's go see if b is actually 8. Back to the original. Okay, so what's 3 times 8? That's 24. Then I got to divide it by 4. Well, that's 6. Then I get to add 6 to it. Oh, it is 12. So yes, b is equal to 8. Let's take a look at a few other examples just to clarify this. And so you're going to get a sheet. This is an example sheet that you're going to get. What I want to do is I want to show you sometimes there's like terms and you have to put them together. But let's just take a look at, what happened to my letters on this one? Weird. Okay, let's just take a look at this one here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to minus 16. So I'm going to minus 16, and I get, still have the 8x, and is equal to 40. A lot of people get freaked out and they're like, why is the x over on this side? It doesn't matter. It's like a balance beam. It can go on either side. I could write that as 8x is equal to 40, or 40 is equal to 8x. It's irrelevant. What we're just trying to do is get x by itself. So now you divide off the 8, and you'll have to put x is equal to 5. I check it. 8 times 5 is 40. So we need to see that 8 times 5 is 40. Plus the 16, yes, equals 56. Okay. All about doing the opposites. Instead of minus 13 on this one, add 13. I'm left with 2x is equal to 10, 20, 32. Now instead of times by 2, I can divide by 2. And so x is equal to 16. Okay? All about the opposites. I do want to show you though, where am I? Stuff like this. Okay, what they're wanting you to do, it's similar, is like, I want my m's to be together, so I have them on two opposite sides. I can still do the same thing, and I always tend to get rid of the small m. So this is 4m. To get rid of it, I want a minus 4m. If I do that, I got to do it to this side. And 8 minus 4 is, I still have 4m on this side, but now that's gone, is equal to 36. And so divided by 4, m is equal to 9. Same thing here. Ooh, I don't like a negative letters at all, or variables. So instead of minus 5, I can add 5w, minus 5 and plus 5w, see you later. But then you have to do the same to this side. And so you get 36 is equal to 5 and 2 makes 7w. I still have the minus 13. Now, instead of minus 13, I can add 13, add 13, and I still have 7w. You're going to equal 30, 49. Divide by 7 is the opposite of multiplying, right? So divide by 7, w, you're equal to 7. And you can go back and check. You can say, Mr. Buss, you're crazy. There's no way w is equal to 7. Well, let's find out. 36 minus, what's 5 times 7? That's 35. So that side's 1. And what's 2 times 7? That's 14 minus 13. 14 minus, oh, that is correct. W is equal to 7. Okay, so hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight. We are going to spend a ton of time on this. To me, this is one of the most important things you learn in grade 7 is how to move one thing on one side to the other by doing the opposites. Okay? And so when you're looking at this one here, that plus 24, how do I get rid of that? Well, I'm minus 24 and it's gone. If you do it to this side, you have to do it to this side. So I'm minus 24 off that side. And you still got, oops, supposed to erase. You still have your 4m. This is now history. It's gone because plus 24 and minus 24. It's nothing. So 56 minus 24 is equal to 32. Divide off. This is a multiplying. So what's the opposite of multiplying? Divide by 4. So m is equal to 4, 8. Okay. Hopefully this helps you guys. We will be spending a ton of time on this, like I said earlier. If it doesn't make sense, please come and get some assistance from me, because this is the one thing that I truly want you guys to understand moving forward from grade 7. All right.